With global sales of electric vehicles growing year on year the past decade, the desire to find new ways of powering travel seems to be increasing. So how do these vehicles work? And will they replace transport as we know it? This is Decomplicated. Why has the sector grown so much in recent years? Back in 2012, just 120,000 electric cars were sold worldwide. In 2021, more than that many were sold each week. The trend has continued into 2022, with 2 million sold in the first quarter, up 75% from the same period in 2021. This increased interest in EVs is likely a result of a growing public awareness for the need to improve air quality in towns and cities and reduce the world's reliance on planet-heating fossil fuel. Consumers have also been attracted to EVs due to many car manufacturers now making high-tech, desirable products, like Tesla's Model S, plus the added incentive of having lower running costs. Currently, fuel prices are also sky-high. That's because the price of crude oil has spiked as global economies emerge from the coronavirus pandemic, and businesses struggle to keep up with demand. Also, many governments are encouraging citizens to make the switch to electric vehicles as they attempt to meet their domestic climate pledges. For example, overall public spending on subsidies and incentives for electric vehicles nearly doubled in 2021 to nearly $30 billion. How is an electric vehicle powered? Electric vehicles are more than just cars. There have been electric counterparts made for buses, trams, heavy goods vehicles, boats, ferries, and small planes. The way these vehicles are powered can vary. These include what are known as battery electric vehicles, which are powered by batteries that can be recharged by plugging into the mains. Plug-in hybrids, which use a combination of batteries to power an electric motor and petrol or diesel to power an engine. Hybrids are powered by electricity and a petrol or diesel engine, but can't be plugged into the mains. There are even vehicles that are powered by hydrogen, and those that can be charged partly by the sun. Today, most EV charging takes place at home or at work, often on private charging points that have been specially installed. Publicly accessible chargers approached 1.8 million charging points globally in 2021, of which a third were fast chargers, and many countries are still rolling out charging infrastructure as we speak. There are increasing efforts to broaden coverage to include rural areas too. How long can a single charge last? Charging speeds for electric cars currently vary from as little as 15 minutes using an ultra-rapid 350 kilowatt charger to as much as 24 hours when relying on a domestic lug. However, as car manufacturers innovate, their vehicles can go further and further on one charge. In June 2022, an electric Mercedes-Benz beat its own range record by travelling more than 750 miles on a single charge. There has been concern that electric car batteries do wear down over time, reducing the car's range, although the RAC says drivers can still expect up to 10 years or 100,000 miles of use. How convenient is an electric vehicle? Electric models tend to be more expensive than petrol cars, but over the course of ownership, they're likely to cost less. That's because electricity costs less than petrol or diesel, and electric cars require less maintenance in part because there are fewer fluids than in conventional vehicles, and there are far fewer moving parts relative to a conventional engine. In the UK, for example, you don't have to pay road tax, and some energy providers now offer EV-focused tariffs that can cut charging costs. Due to improved designs, falling battery costs, and dedicated production lines, electric cars and vans are set to become cheaper to produce than petrol and diesel vehicles by 2027. However, there are problems looming for the sector. Electric vehicles need almost double the microchips of a gas-powered car, and they're in short supply, while costs for bulk materials are rising. Prices of critical minerals essential for battery manufacturing are soaring, and supply chain disruptions caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, plus continued coronavirus lockdowns in some parts of China, also don't help. Electric vehicle sales have clearly grown exponentially in recent years, and there's been a marked push from governments and companies to accommodate this new market. However, electric cars still represent a relatively small proportion of global car sales, about 10% in 2021. So, whether transport, which has the highest reliance on fossil fuels from any sector, can meet the hoped-for global targets for emissions reduction, remains to be seen.